Now, sorry. Welcome today for another Saturday session. Today we're going to talk about the Mahavidya goddesses, three more Mahavidya goddesses. And like to remind everybody that is here today that these goddesses are very important in your journey, in your spiritual journey, especially for women when we speak about the womb shakti, the power of the womb. You need the energy of the mother of creation. You need the wisdom goddesses to be active in your being. The most important of all of them is the one that I like to talk about is the wisdom goddesses. Today we're going to speak about Bhuvaneshvari, Chinnamasta, and Dhumavadi. They're the very important goddesses that we need to know and get acquainted with. Let me put the chat on. Yeah, now the chat is on, so you can talk to me. And today is also a very important day for people who want to seek spiritual life. You see, spirituality comes from you get your spiritual teaching first. Your first guru is your mother. So hopefully a lot of you have wished your mother and feel the gratitude that she's been in your life, or she gave you a passageway to come to this world. Second one, those who call me their guru, then, or maestro, or whatever, then connecting with me in spirit is very important. For that matter, any of your teachers. Remember that when someone teaches you mantras, they're giving you a lot. You're born again the minute you start learning mantras. So you're born first with your mother, then you're born with a teacher who teaches you spiritual knowledge, because he or she gives you another form of life. And yeah, it's unfortunate in the West that understanding is minimal. People don't realize the importance of keeping spiritual connection. You see, they're used to this, going into, like, being one of the disciples of, when there are thousands of them. They like the system. They like to be manipulated, controlled, and asked to do what. And then they complain after a few years that they've been manipulated, controlled, and that they never got anything. They wasted their time. I've had a few students that way, that follow Nityananda and Amma and all that. Because remember that if you're seeking a teacher, it is got to be one-to-one. Even with the one-to-one sessions, okay, you have with the student, it is already very difficult to get them to transform, to make them feel, even give them the essence of feeling that they're together with someone. I mean, the essence comes from when you have love for yourself. So and the love and devotion to God, goddesses, guru, and okay, that's a very Indian tradition. But the reason that the tradition in India was strong is because they gained a lot out of teachers. It is not the teacher who benefits with your devotion. It is you who benefit by being devoted. Because a lot of time but don't get devotion to blind following. I never liked any of my students blindly follow me. The minute they do that, I try to get rid of them because they are wasting my time. They're wasting the time of the people who are in the group. Because when you have a small group of 3 or 4 people, and then someone is not really devoted to the energy of the teaching, you find that they actually create an obstacle to the others as well. Students, and when it's one-to-one, again, which a lot of times I do, then you find that it's a lot easier, but yet it takes devotion on the other part. So the first level is we need to bring love into their life. Now, then comes the beauty of Mother Bhuvaneshvari. She's the cosmic mother. And for women, she is the most powerful goddess in the sense that she also represents the cosmic womb. She connects you, your womb, to the cosmic womb. And when we talk about the womb, it's not just a woman's womb that we're talking about a mother's womb. Through a mother's womb, both men and women came to this world. So the divinity of the womb, and a lot of women tend to think, how can a man know about a womb? Womb is not, it's humanity interest. Because both men and women came to this world from the womb. Without the womb, we won't be here. So as women, you came through your mother's womb. As men, we also come through the mother's womb. So when we are there is a spiritual connection that both men and women have to the spiritual womb. That's why probably the mother gave me. You see, I didn't ask to be helping women or working with the womb shakti. It is she who gave me the knowledge. Because if you go and look at most teachings, they don't talk about women. They don't talk about womb. They don't talk about, the only thing you have that talks about the yoni, which is basically the yoni is all of it. The womb, the vagina, everything from the gateway, and it goes up to it's also got a fiber that goes right up to the crown chakra. So when we talk about a womb, we don't just talk about the uterus and the fallopian tube and those things. Okay, we talk about the whole being. That's the beauty about a woman, is that she is completely wired because of motherhood. That is why she is more sensitive to awakening the Kundalini energy, to actually feel divinity at its full form. It takes a man a lot more effort because his focus has always been in the brains. So he hasn't got that much of connection to that feeling level. That doesn't mean men don't feel. I'm one who enjoys that. When I see even a nice, I feel it in my heart. I feel that tears, drops of joy coming out of my tears. And it's not like you cry only when you are unhappy. You cry actually when you're also feeling that divinity flowing through you. It's an emotional expression, but not one of pain or one of sadness, but one of joy. So Bhuvaneshvari represents all of that. She gives you that. She's the cosmic mother, okay? She's Rajeswari. She's a lot more. And when we think of her mantra, like if you look at most of the literatures, or if you go online and you listen to mantras, they tend to limit her to just Hrim, Hrim, which is again the same then because she's also the mother of the sun. That is why you find when you do the sun mantra, you have Hrim as the main Bija mantra. So when you think about Bhuvaneshwari, you think about her as space. Okay, space is very important because when you think in terms of space, you think in terms of, everybody thinks in terms of the heart chakra, the third eye. But there's another part that's a lot of space, and that's the womb. The womb also has space. So she connects you with nature. Okay, she is one of the divine architects within the womb. Okay, so she gives that essence of love, essence of divinity, essence of being, so that when a child comes, the child responds to that love. Okay, it responds to that feeling of love. So when you do her mantras, you have to send the mantras down not only to your third eye, to your heart chakra, and your navel chakra. This is another chakra that a lot of times most yogis tend to forget about. They forget that everything came into our being, our DNA, our information of who we are, what our karmas are, what our past, everything that governs our life. The first impulse of information came through the umbilical cord. So your navel is the most important part. And in some teachings, 2 fingers below your navel is your soul. Your being. Your total being is near the navel. Okay? And the womb is connected to that navel chakra. That gives life, that gives the purpose in. So what you do is this, when you, what you have to do in terms of make the womb completely alive, okay, you need Mother Kali, you need Tripura Sundari, and you need Bhuvaneshwari, because they represent the 3 different aspects of power. Okay, so you need jhana, you need love, you need kriya. So you need Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Jnana Shakti. So the 3 Shaktis create the energy within the womb, so that the child can grow up to become more. The child needs all those 3 qualities. Otherwise, he or she is born with very little intelligence. So you need those, and then you need to have a heart that is open. The heart chakra is open. Most people that I've met, okay, both in the West and the East now, there's a lot of clouds around the heart chakra, because people forgot the essence of love, because they caught up with so much of challenges in life, starting with parents not knowing what it means by being a caregiver. Parents tend to think that they own the child. They have to they have to manage the child. They have to govern the child. Tell the child, this is wrong, that is right. When they themselves do not know what is wrong and right, when they themselves, the grown-ups, do not have that discipline to do the right thing. If they did, the world would be a great place to live. So as adults, and those who think about being mothers, or those who don't want to be mothers, who just want to work, want to serve humanity by serving women, then you have to realize that you have to teach all women to stop being, all mothers, to stop being the owner of a child, but rather a caregiver. That means you learn to mind your own business. You watch the child and try to motivate the child. And that takes love. So before you even think of, before a woman should think, a couple, actually not even a woman, a couple, before they think about having a child, they first have to feel the energy of love. If you don't have love in your heart, if you have a cold hand and your nadis in your hands are not jumping in joy, then your heart cannot be jumping in joy. So then you think about activating Bhuvaneshvari. And then when you look at Shiva, you think in terms of activating him in the sense of Bhuvaneshvara. Okay, so when you do the Om, you think of Bhuvaneshvari, and when you do the Hrim, you think about what is this? Sorry. When you do Om, you think of Bhuvaneshvara, and when you do Hrim, you think of Bhuvaneshvari. Okay, here, if you notice with the mantra that I have for Bhuvaneshvari is different from what you'll find everywhere else. Because I always believe that you can't have just one goddess. They all work together. So you need the different aspects. Like if you have love, then you need inner prosperity. Because if you don't feel inner prosperity, your energy of love is low. Okay, then when you have inner prosperity and love, you need the intelligence to exercise it and maintain it. Then you need Aim, you need Saraswati or Matanji. So you have Bhuvaneshvari, Kamalamika and Matanji together in this mantra. So you go Om. So when you're doing the Om, you want it in the third eye and you want to think about Bhuvaneshvara. Hrim. Now a lot of people, when I teach them, they forget, and then they start doing Hrim long. Then it doesn't work. You got to send the sound just as much HRI to send it to the heart. Then you can do the M. All the sounds, all the bija mantras got to go to the heart chakra and activate the heart chakra so that you can feel love. So you go Om Hrim Shrim Hrim Aim Bhuvaneshvari Ma Swaha Om Hrim Shrim Hrim Aim Bhuvaneshvari Ma Swaha. Or you can put the Ma before. Ma Bhuvaneshvari. Hrim Shrim Hrim Aim Bhuvaneshvari Ma Swaha. Or you can skip the Ma and do Bhuvaneshvari only. So it all depends how you feel, what you feel, and what you want to do. Okay, you don't have to keep doing the things that you don't. Just keep doing the mantras and always keep feeling the word mind in the mantra, because that gives you the essence of mother, that feeling for a mother. And when you call her Ma, also think of your mother. Because remember, without gratitude for the first guru, immaterial what she has done, like a lot of students, when I have them, they complain about their mother. They talk about the problems they had with her. Remember, it's a hard time for them, and they didn't have someone like me to tell them what to do. For that matter, a lot of gurus don't talk about this. They expect people to know. The essence of life is to bring life to this world. But before you can bring life to this world, you have to be grateful for the life you have got. So that brings your mother, your first guru. Okay, unfortunately, they never got trained. You see, to get a car license, you have to go and learn how to drive. To get a job, you spend 15 years learning how to think sensibly so that you can work. To get that, but to have a baby, which is like absolutely more important than anything you have in your life, all you have to do is have gymnastic sex. Not even divine union. Because to have divine union, you have to learn. You can't, if you don't know, say, now when you talk about divine union, you talk about Maituna. Okay, in Maituna, they talk about the modern generation or the modern world of Tantra start talking about sex. It is not about sex, it's about union. Yeah, you got to have sex to have a baby. But it is about union between the male and female. It is about inner sexuality. It's about first feeling the male within you and the female within you, and then uniting the energy of the male and female, which means you bring the sun energy down to your right side and your moon energy to your left side and blend them together, feel them. When I get to Chinnamasta mantra, then I'll talk to you about that. Okay? So you need to balance this energy to have that strength to fulfill the purpose. So when you do Bhuvaneshvari mantra, think about, feel the love. Feel that you are an embodiment of divine love. If you cannot feel that, every morning, get up in the morning, go and look at the mirror. When you look at the mirror, say to the mirror, the person in the mirror, say, I am the embodiment of divine love. I am the embodiment of divine love. I am the embodiment of divine love. Feel the energy of love. Feel the power of love within you. Because if you don't have it, you're wasting a lot of time. Your life is going to be a life of pain. Lack of spiritual growth would be that. So you want to focus on your inner light. You want to focus on your inner divinity. And for that, you need Bhuvaneshwari, because you need the energy of love. You need Kali to give you that power to act and the power to do things. And you need Tripura Sundari to feel the wisdom. So the three goddesses are very important. You've got to connect them together to give you that balance. Okay? Now we go into the next goddess. Can anyone tell me who the next goddess is? Okay. The next one is Bhairavi. Okay. Bhairavi, a lot of times people write she's terrible. Okay. She's terrible. She's fierce looking. Same as what they say about Mother Kali. Actually, she's not that bad. Okay, I like her for what she stands for. What she is, another form of Tripura Sundari. Now, when you have Tripura Sundari, you have Bala Tripura Sundari, which is a child. Then you have Tripura Sundari, which is the 16-year-old girl after she's become a woman. And Bhairavi is the matured woman. So she's also known as Tripura Bhairavi. So when you take her away from the equation, then you see her differently. Her mantras give the radiance energy within you, gives you that power, okay, or the divine energy within you to become active. So you don't think in terms of her being terrible, but you think in terms of her giving you that strength, burning away all the limitation that you have, and getting rid of the ego that's between Bhairavi and Chinnamasta. The purpose is to get rid of your ego. But with Bhairavi, get rid of your anger within you, and think of directing yourself, your impulse, okay, within you towards spirituality, towards love, towards divinity, towards spiritual growth. Then Bhairavi is she's great in giving you this. For women, she's again powerful because she's in the base chakra. She's also like Kali because she's got the energy of Kali. Now you look at this, she's in the base chakra, but she's also in the throat chakra because she's also the power of word. She gives you the power to articulate words. So you find that a lot of the goddesses have influence about the way you express yourself. Because if you don't have the power, don't have that commitment to express yourself, then you find that it becomes a problem. So you need the commitment, you need the inner strength, you need the power to express yourself. The commitment, but the commitment for expressing yourself comes when the commitment of love for yourself is also great. So remember that everything stems from the energy of love. So you need Kriya Shakti, you need Ija Shakti, you need Jnana Shakti. You need the combination of all three of them to make you a whole person. So then you come into the sense that you want Mother Kundalini to wake up. Then her mantra also helps that. So here I'm going to do the mantra which is for same as Tripura Sundari, for Tripura Bhairavi. The other mantras that I have listed on my Facebook page, you can do that if that motivates you to do the other ones as well. But today I'm going to deal with the mantra of Tripura Bhairavi. Now with Tripura Bhairavi mantra, you have Om to start with again, which is for the space in the third eye. But when you do the space in the third eye, you got to make sure it's deep enough to create a vibration in your throat as well. So it helps your expression. Then you have the Aim, also straight in the third eye, but from the third eye, it has to travel all the way to the heart. And then you have Klim, K-L-I-M, which is for Kama, the sound for Kama. You have to have the Kama sound going all the way to the pubic bone in a woman into her vagina. Then you call upon Tripura Bhairavi Swaha. You see why it has to go to the vagina? Because when it goes to the vagina, it also is close to the Muladhara chakra or the base chakra. So it serves as two purposes. Okay? You go. Klim Sau Tripura Bhairavi Swaha. So when I do the Sau, the sound travels from my navel right up to my heart chakra and then to my third eye. Okay, so I connect them all so that when the energy of the base chakra increases, it goes up straight to the third eye. Now, when you experience the Kundalini energy, it's not that you're going to have a huge Kundalini energy. You're going to grow slowly because you're doing the downwards journey rather than upwards journey. Klim Sau Tripura Bhairavi Swaha. 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 So you find the same mantra you can do for Tripura Sundari as well by just changing the name. Instead of Tripura Bhairavi, it's Tripura Sundari. So when you do all three of them, Bala Tripura Sundari, that gives you that purity, that sense of pureness, that youth, that young kid, okay, young child. Then when you do Tripura Sundari, you feel that mature energy, and then not of the young lady. Then when you do Tripura Bhairavi, you feel that maturity, that mature woman's energy. So you have the three different energies. So it's good always to do all three of them. You call upon Tripura Bala Tripura Sundari, then Tripura Sundari, and then Tripura Bhairavi. I'll give you all three mantras one after the other. Klim Sau Bala Tripura Sundari Swaha. The next one is Tripura Sundari. Klim Sau Tripura Sundari Swaha. I'm clean. So Tripura Bhairavi Swaha. So you can do all the three mantras. That will help a lot more than just doing Tripura Sundara, Tripura Bhairavi. So remember that you have to do each one of them at least 9 times. Then you get that real essence, the mantra going through your body and feeling that nature of this tree, goddesses. Because you have all the goddesses within her. Then comes a very important goddess, that Chinnamasta. When you read a lot of literatures, they don't talk about the extended sense of the goddesses. They only talk about that, okay, the Ida, Pingala, and Susumna. But then they don't talk about the nature that there is guna as well in all of that, which I've given you in my Facebook, or which actually Cream Kari has given you on the Facebook, but you can find it in both hers and mine. Chinnamasta is about getting the balance of your breath work, Ida, Pingala, and Susumna. It's the medium mantras that go into. When you do that mantra, you bring all those qualities together, and then you think in terms of destroying your ego when you say Hum Pat Swaha. Okay, and at the same time, okay, when you do the mantra, like, okay, in the original mantra, I'm going to give you both the mantras, because one, I feel that because she's also Kali, I like her energy to go down to the base chakra. Okay, or to the Muladhara, or at least, because she's also represents sexuality in terms of sex, the union between Kamaraja and his partner, then you have that, you want that energy to permeate into the base chakra and your second chakra. So, because also when you bring the sound of the different channels, Ida, Pingala, and Susumna, when you bring the sound down, you want them to come down to the base, to the second chakra. Okay? It's only when you change the mantras, when you do the second part of the mantra that I do, which is that claim, then you want cream to go down to the base chakra. So then you're converting her into Mother Kundalini as well. Because she's done so much inside of you, that it's nice to also do both aspects of the way. And because you want your personality, okay, to become clear, you want the inner strength, you want that transformation to happen inside of you. And so you have the Pingala, which is Rajas quality. Okay, the Swasumna is Sattvic quality, that is pure bliss. Okay, the Ida is Tamasic, inert quality. So you want the three qualities also to be purified, so that they both can go, the rajas and tamas can go and become sattva. Because primarily when you want to go on a spiritual life, then you want to get to that sattvic stage. Now the hum, pak is the one where you chop off your head. So to get rid of, for spiritual growth, you need to get rid of the ego. The ego is your demon. The ego is the one that makes life a lot more problematic. Okay, so when you're doing the mantras, when you do the Om, you want the third eye. When you do the Shreem, you have to send the sound down your left side all the way to, well, all the way down for men to the perineum, and to women to the opening of the vagina. Okay, then when you do Hreem, you want on the right side the energy to go down all the way down to the perineum or the vagina. And when they do Hreem again, you want the energy to go down on the central channel, Sushumna, so that you focus on you becoming more sattvic. Then when you do the Aim, you take the energy back all the way back to the third eye, and then you keep the energy of the third eye and do Vajra Vairo Chini Hum Pat Swaha. So when you do the Pat Swaha, you feel that your ego has been blasted out. So the purpose is to get rid of the ego. So I've given you two variations of the mantra. One you do with the cream of the third one going down your central channel. That is the Bija mantra for Mother Kali. Okay, the action, you want action in it. And you, on the first one, you don't have Mother Kali's sound. Okay, you go. So when you're doing in the beginning, because you have not trained your voice to go on one side of your body or the other side of your body, you close. So when you want the Shreem to go down on the left side of your body, you close the right side of your lips so that you're only making sound out of your left side. Then you go deep, you do the mantras deep, you go Shreem. Then you close the left, you go Shreem. And then Shreem. So it goes down the central channel. Then you bring them all up by doing the sound I'm into your third eye. So you go I'm Vajra Vairo Chini Hum Pat Swaha Shreem. I'm not going to close my mouth when I'm doing it, because I can do it without having to close. But when you're practicing, you make sure that you close your mouth, close the lips, either the right or the left, depending where you want the sound to travel, so that you can actually feel the sound traveling only in that area. So you want the sound to travel, the Shreem on the left, Hreem on the right, and the Hreem to the center. Shreem. Hreem. Vajravairochini. Hum, hum, pat, swaha. Shri Aim Vajravairochini. Hum, hum, pat, swaha. So when you do that, hum, hum, pat, swaha, imagine that you're getting rid of your ego. Because the ego is the one that is going to, your ego, either it destroys you or makes you. Okay, you want it to become filled with the divine love, the power of love, than the power of manipulation and power of being smart. Because being smart doesn't make you any better. So when you think in terms of, when you do Shri to your left side, think of beauty, think of light. Okay? When you do Hrim, you think of inner transformation. So you want your spirituality to be awakened. And then the hum hum will cut off the ego, that it's, get rid of the ego, burn the ego off. Now then you want also her energy to be in the womb. You want it to go down to the base as well. So you can have that base, you can change the bija mantra to cream, one of the Hrim, the final Hrim, which is for Susumna. You can change, you can do the Hrim, and then another mantra you can do with the Hrim to take them. So you're getting Kali back into the picture. Okay, because she's also Kundalini. And so is Chinnamasta. They all, I mean, basically they're all a form of what is Mother Kali. From Kali comes all the 10 wisdom goddesses. So think about them, feel the energy, feel the mantra. Don't do the mantra for the sake of doing mantras. Okay, if you notice one thing, I don't sing, I don't go Hrim, I can't even do it. Like a lot of them you have Hrim, Shri, Hrim, Hrim, Klim. I mean, it's very difficult for me to go back into doing it that way that you find on YouTube or anything else, because you are doing mantras to awaken the goddesses within you, and for women to wake them up also within your womb. So everything, all the sounds that you make, you got to feel the vibration in the womb. For men, all over the body. Okay, so that way you find that you really transform. Now, do you all have any questions? Have I got the chat on? Mm. The light is so strong. Mm. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Anyone has a questions? Because a lot of times when I ask anyone have a question, by the time they ask me, I've already gone off. So it looks like everybody understands everything I've said so far, and you enjoyed the. Okay, I have someone that. Now, where does artistic? Okay, someone asked me a question. What is best for artistic expression? Where does artistic expression comes from? Okay, generally comes from your heart, isn't it? Whether you feel that inner, that power of love, joy, creativity. So you need Kamala Mika, who gives you that feeling of goodness to express yourself. Then you need Bhuvaneshvari to give you that love. And you need Kali to give you that, Mother Kali to give you that action to be creative. So you need the three of them. You worship three of them because each mantra has a different component of Bija mantras. Okay, it's the Bija mantras that make that different changes in you. But to be artistic, you have to first send all the sound down, okay, to your navel and your heart. So you've got to feel the sound in your heart chakra, and you have to feel the sounds in the navel chakra. Because only your soul can express itself in an artistic manner, not your brains. When your brains do it, it's limited to what your brain knows. But when your soul does it, there is no limit because you're opening up to the universal energy. It's a different energy completely. Anybody else with any questions? Okay, since you all don't have much of a question, and I will say thank you for being here. Vanakkam, and see you again next week.